Activities Association. Fans are reminded that the purpose of this contest is to promote sportsmanship and respect. The examples we set for the players today will help teach positive lessons for the future. Let's all do our part to help give respect throughout the game. Now let's meet the players and coaches for this Class 4 semifinal ball game. First, for the Willard Tigers, who will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Tigers are coached by Scott McGee and come into today's game with a record of 22-9. The non-starters for this contest are 0, Jeff Arnold. Number 3, Keaton Presley. Number 6, Dallas Hines. Number 7, Chance Quinlan. Number 9, Nick Hooper. Number 11, Tyler Austin. Number 17, Noah Gilmore. Number 20, Blake Hobbs. Number 22, Patrick Latham. Number 23, Jacob Trammell. Number 24, Michael Pfeiffer. Number 30, Nick Taylor. Number 31, Seth Scherers. Number 32, Luke Latham. And number 50, Austin Reeves. And for your starters, leading off and playing shortstop, Trevor Bowling. Batting second at the DH spot, Ryan Stewart. Batting third, playing first base, Jed Owen. Batting fourth, playing right field, Michael Burgess. Batting fifth, playing left field, Justin Atchison. Batting sixth and playing catcher, Tyler Hampton. Batting seventh, playing center field, Cole Tieford. Batting eighth and on the mound, Anthony Canopiel. Batting ninth and playing third base, Austin Pippin. And also starting at second base, Jay Snook. The Willard Tigers.
It's cool, it's been wet, and it's never been more meaningful. Parkway North and Willard meet for a spot against Rockwood Summit in the Class 4 title game. And welcome to Meador Park in Springfield, Missouri with David Belfani. I'm Dave Stewart. Okay, huge game. Such a big game. Parkway North will go with a couple of sophomores, the battery, pitcher and catcher. Really?
Well, not only would that make you have gray hairs, knowing that you had to have a sophomore-sophomore combination in a Final Four game, but how about this? He lets his sophomore pitcher and sophomore catcher make their own calls, run the game the way they want it. So I'd say the key word is trust right there.
They've been playing together for the past 7 years. Okay, Parkway North is the home team in that they bat second, but Willard is like a double cut away. The Tigers are very, very, you could walk from Willard High School to here.
Yeah, I asked the coach, I was like, well, how was last night? He goes, well, I don't know how last night was because I didn't have to babysit the kids. Or they stay at their own house, stay with their own parents, and you know what, that was unlikely the other three teams, but Willard definitely has, I guess, the home field advantage. Home crowd is definitely in attendance, so I guess you had that home mentality or that home feel.
Parkway North slept in their own beds as well. They made the trip over to Springfield this morning. We have semifinal baseball coming up. Willard, Parkway North next from Springfield's Meador Park.
Joe Hope. The Parkway North Vikings. The umpires in today's game are Corey Gilpin, Johnny Fry at first base, and Eddie Duggar at third base. These umpires were selected to work this event based on their outstanding work during the regular season. Let's congratulate these hard-working officials who were selected to be a part of this year's championships. And now we ask that you all please rise, remove your caps, and honor America as we play our national anthem. Your cooperation is expected and appreciated at all times throughout the tournament. Also, fans are reminded that any ball or bat going into the stands is dangerous, so all spectators should remain alert at all times. Also, please return all foul balls. Thank you and enjoy the game.
We are back at Meador Park in Springfield, ready for the second Missouri Class 4 semifinal game. Rockwood Summit able to advance with the 10-3 win against Liberty. Blue Jay pitching, giving up 10 walks in this one. Take a look at the bracket. As we've seen the one school advance, we still haven't decided because they haven't played yet. Parkway North and Willard squaring off for the semifinals. Parkway North with a couple of wins to get here against Fort Zumwalt South. 11-1 that final, then beating St. Louis University High 6-1. Willard with a 9-game winning streak, having beaten Nixa, then Elias Catholic 6-5 in a game that took 8 innings. And this is quite a contrast, David, as we look at two teams, a veteran team in Willard when you look at all the seniors up and down the lineup. Parkway North has a little bit of everything, including a lot of youth. They have some young guys in this lineup they're really counting on.
No, you look at their offensive lineup. I mean, you have 2 seniors, 3 juniors, and potentially 3 sophomores that could all play. I mean, you know, you got your pitcher, catcher as sophomores. I mean, you're relying on youth very much, and usually when you see teams get this late in the season, it's usually through leadership of experience and seniors, but not the case for Parkway.
Now you talk about a youthful look. Is that a player or is that a coach for Willard? What is that? As we look at the Tigers lineup from top to bottom. Bowling, Stewart, Owens, Michael Burgess in the cleanup spot. Atchison, Hampson, Tieford, Canapeel, and Pippin. And we are underway. The first pitch of the game is called strike 1. Trevor Bowling, the shortstop, leading things off here.
We'll hope not wasting any time to get ahead of the pitcher, or the hitter, excuse me.
There's a ball flared to right field, but because he was short, blocked, no trouble at all, squeezing it for out number 1.
Well, Hope, being a sophomore, is showing no signs of jitters early. He throws a first pitch fastball down the middle for a strike and follows it up with another strike. One batter, one out. The sophomore, 5-1, 59 innings pitched with 39 strikeouts. Good-looking sophomore, and Coach says he has a lot of raw talent. He has yet to hit his potential, but he's definitely making strides.
DH Ryan Stewart bats second on what's been kind of a rainy, drippy, drizzly day here in Springfield. We expect that to be the case much of the night, and Hope, as he did with the first hitter Bowling, gets strike one against Stewart. Hope working quickly off speed, and it's 0-2.
He's going to mix the pitches up often. He's going to pitch backwards. He wants to get the hitters off balance. So when I say backwards, he's not afraid to throw the curveball in fastball situations.
Fastball in, dribble down the line. It will roll foul, stay foul, and it stays 0-2. Set the defense for Parkway North, the Purple Vikings. Garrett Taylor will handle the catching duties for Hope as pitcher. Michael Bozarth, a lot to talk about him tonight as we look at strength up the middle. It's Farron and Brodsky at shortstop at second. And speaking of, Brodsky on a hop, throws over to first, and there are two men down.
Well, before this game, we had a little bit of rainfall, and I think it actually has done the field better off. The field was playing hard in the first game. It's tough to get some reads on him, but the water has seemed to kind of flatten things out and make more of a true hop for the infielders. So that's a good sign for both sides of the field, for both Parkway and Willard.
Jed Owen, the first baseman, hits in the 3-hole. First pitch is outside, and you know that the opening shot we had the duck in the water, which we didn't steal. It wasn't zoo video. It was actually behind the center field fence, which is 380 feet away. There's just kind of a makeshift pond that has happened, and after jumping in front of the first two hitters with first ball strikes, Hope shakes his head in disgust, falling behind to Owen, 2-0. Fastball, it gets strike one.
Well, if you're watching TV right now and you're looking at number 1, Jed Owen, thinking he's tall, you're absolutely right. This kid stands in at 6'7". Good-looking ball player.
Misses out, and it's 3-1. It just means a bigger strike zone.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's.
I'm trying to help the pitcher mentality-wise. 3-1 pitch, he misses again, and big strike zone and all, ball 4. And the Tigers have their first base runner. We talked about Liberty in that first semifinal game. Rockwood Summit with 10 base hits, benefiting from 10 more base runners by virtue of walk. And Hope walks the number 3 hitter to get to Michael Burgess, the right fielder, a senior. Out of the stretch for the first time. Breaking ball when he finds the strike zone.
Early on, I'm very impressed with Hope. He's getting ahead of a lot of the hitters outside of Owen that last at bat, but he's done a great job of filling up the strike zone.
Bluffs the move to first. Owen back on his belly to get to the bag. And Willard is north and west of the airport. In the air to right field, and for the second time, Block will squeeze it for the easy out, and it's 4 up, 3 down. Joe Hope gets out of the first half inning with no damage done. Parkway North coming to bat next.
See their booth near the main entry to Meador Park. Check out their ad in the program or visit them online at www.photoglyph.com.
Welcome back to Meador Park, and say hello to my little friends from Willard, Missouri, Willard High School, which is maybe 10 minutes away by car. It would take you longer if you had to walk it, but just north and west of where we are here, and part of the fans enjoying the opportunity to play what amounts to a home game. And we anticipated, had Liberty won the other Class 4 semifinal, that the town of Liberty would have been here on Saturday. Not going to be the case now, playing in the consolation game, but the Willard folk are here in big numbers. Fred Friedman, the Parkway North coach, who is a graduate of the high school, and he talks about, he said, this is not my program. This was a program really started by Bob Robin. He's like, all the coaches here played for him, not just me. The same signs that they were using in the 70s we're still using today. So if you stole their signs in 1982, they probably still apply. And here's Parkway North's batting order, starting with Connor Farron. The shortstop will lead things off here, bottom of the first.
Well, Coach Friedman, he's in his 5th season here at Parkway as a head coach, and the last time Parkway made it to the Final Four was back in 2003 when he was an assistant. So first timer as a head coach, and congratulations to him.
Connor Farron with a 1-1 count, 14 stolen bases. If he gets on base, expect him to cause a lot of havoc. Anthony Canapeel is starting pitcher for Willard. Up and away, 2-1.
With Canapeel, you're going to see a lot of fastballs. He relies heavily on his command. He will mix it up, but he's a fastball pitcher, looks to get ahead, throws a lot of innings. He's definitely a workhorse for Willard.
And he gets back to even, swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Parkway North coming into the semifinals, the Final Four appearance at 21-9-2. And 9 is kind of that magic loss number with Rockwood Summit losing 9 times. And there's a strikeout looking Connor Farron, frozen on a pitch inner part of the plate, and he'll have a seat after the first out of the game.
Well, Anthony does a great job getting ahead of the hitters early, and then he just finishes off with the fastball right down the middle. Possibly caught him off guard looking for maybe an off-speed pitch, but get used to seeing strikeouts because Anthony has posted 60 strikeouts on the year, sitting at a 1.89 ERA. So very impressive numbers out of Anthony.
Yeah, we're going to see some really good pitching both ways. David Brodsky, the second baseman, takes strike 1. Willard, as a team coming into the Final Four, 377, their collective earned run average. Parkway North at 297. These are teams that play defense and like to pitch. Brodsky thought about it, takes ball 1.
Brodsky's going to make you work. This kid leads the team in walks at 25, so tremendous eye, very good at getting on base, and he's usually an inning starter for Parkway North.
Coach Friedman talking about his team not being intimidated, just kind of taking everything in stride and trying to take that next step, being able to get to this point and to keep winning. And mentioning that one of his coaches isn't here because he's getting married. And it's important to establish in a marriage from the beginning that, honey, baseball rules everything, okay? All right? They thought it was going to be a safe date. Not a safe date. And the second strikeout for Anthony Canapeel, 2 up, 2 down.
Well, Anthony's doing a tremendous job, and he's filling up the strike zone, he's pitching around the zone, and he's letting that fastball just right up on the hitters, and they haven't been able to catch up to it. So Anthony's definitely a strikeout pitcher, and for Parkway North, you have to understand he's going to be around the strike zone. You got to be aggressive.
Batter Michael Bozarth calls timeout, and this is an absolute beast here. A terrific student athlete, great academics, terrific baseball player, is signed with St. Louis University, which kind of gives you an idea that they like the smart studs, and they got a good one here. He's really something.
Well, SLU's definitely establishing themselves as a very, very competitive college baseball team, and they're making the right strides, and you're definitely making the right strides when you land recruits like Bosworth right here. So tremendous athlete, but probably a better kid than he is an athlete.
Bosworth, a .505 hitter, and he drops a single to left field. And we have the first hit of the ball game, and trouble on the bases with his speed. Now he plays center field in high school only because he asked the coach, "Where do you need me to play?" You see that nice stroke to left, but you know, in college, Coach Friedman said, you know, he might play center, might play second, could be short, could pitch.
Well, Bozarth definitely dominates the offensive categories, leads the team in 5 offensive statistics, and 1 includes stolen bases. So you could understand why Canapeel is definitely going to keep his eye on him and try to keep him as close as possible.
Campbell, a little hit. Bozarth is off and running, almost no point to throw. He easily steals second base and now in scoring position with Campbell, the cleanup man, trying to get him that ride home. Take a look at the jump, David.
No hesitation, no miss or false steps, just using his speed to get down the baseline, and really they had no shot at him. Great jump, great speed. Bozarth making an impact early.
Last ball, swing and a miss, 1-1. Well, the good news batting behind Bozarth is you're always going to have a chance to get some RBIs with him on base, and that's why Justin Campbell has 35 RBIs this season, because Bozarth has been on base a lot. 1-1 and strike 2.
Good breaking pitch right there by Canapeel, fitting it in there to establish himself ahead in the count. Between Campbell and Bozarth, they lead the team in every offensive statistic except walks.
By the way, they are watching this video online at the wedding at foxsportsmidwest.com. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Canapeel able to strike out the side, but in between the single and the stolen base by Bozarth, no damage done. Willard gets out of it with a scoreless first inning. We are 1 inning deep into the Class 4 semifinal, the 2nd inning, and Willard's at bat coming up next from Meador Park. We are back at Meador Park in Springfield with David Belfani. I'm Dave Stewart. Willard, Parkway North. They've got the same thing in mind that Rockwood Summit was able to pull off earlier, defeating Liberty, getting a spot in the Missouri Class 4 semifinals. Garrett Taylor, a sophomore, leads things off here in the top of the 2nd inning.
Who would have thought fans would be bringing out blankets June 1st?
Well, when it was, I did state track last weekend in Jefferson City, and it was mid-90s. Big chopper over the mound, but the pitcher able to get there and fire to first. Hope throwing a strike to Huss, and there's 1 man down.
Occasionally a pitcher has to field his position, and Hope does just that, showing off a little athleticism.
It was in the 40s this morning here in Springfield.
Oh yeah.
Number 8, Tyler Hampton.
Oh yeah.
Ball bounces away. John Shanker's the hitter. Left fielder is a junior on a senior-dominated lineup as you look for the most part at some of the players in this Willard batting order.
I'm very impressed so far with Hope. I know it's just the 2nd inning, but when you talk about a sophomore coming in, bringing his team into a Final Four appearance, you'd expect maybe a little bit of jitters, little emotions riding, but he looks very composed. He's throwing a firm fastball. He's around the zone. And as a head coach, that's all you could ask for.
Tyler Hampton is with a 2-1 count, his advantage with 1 man out here in the 2nd. Ground ball back to the pitcher, this time not able to go get it. Deflected to the 2nd baseman who makes the play easily. Brodsky to Huss with Hope touching it, so 1-4-3 on the put out.
Yeah, just gets the barrel caught behind a little bit and lets his defense work for him. Good job on Broski getting a big hop and making a nice firm throw over there, creating the second out of the inning for Parkway North.
Colt Tieford, senior center fielder, takes ball one. A 280 hitter coming into the final four. And it's 2-0. Wind is not a factor at the moment. The flag is limp next to the scoreboard out in left field. And falling behind the count is Hope. It is 3-0. And he gets strike one.
You know, I was talking to Coach Scott McGee about his offense and what Willard offensive mentality tries to be. He says we just scrap it. We try to do whatever we can. We're not putting up the best numbers. We're not going to hit the long ball, so we'll do whatever it takes. We'll bunt, we'll get hit by the pitch, we'll walk, and you're going to see a lot of tough at-bats out of Willard.
Just 5 home runs this year as a team. 3-2 pitch, grounded foul down the line, and they'll do it again.
Both these teams coming into the game with stellar pitching staffs and strong defense, and that's what they take pride on. They'll put up runs where they can, but defensive mentality for sure.
3-2, chopped the other way, foul down the line.
Joey, finish, man. Come on.
Gotta pick it up in foul ground just to make, you never know sometimes the ball down the line if it's gonna hit something and bounce back into play.
Especially when a field's being used as much as it has been over the week. I mean, you're having several games a day on this field, so you're not necessarily getting the true bounce that you'd expect, but compliments to the grounds crew and all the effort that they've been putting in on this field throughout the week.
3-2 one more time. Right down the middle. Got him looking. And Joe Hope has 3 up, 3 down, ending with a strikeout looking. We played 1.5. We are scoreless. Parkway North coming to bat.
Our co-op and Touchstone is tapping into the power of human connection.
Willard, Parkway North, scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And as advertised, David, we have seen some good pitching. I realize just 9 outs, we've seen some good pitching.
Absolutely. Willard's Anthony Canapeel, 3 strikeouts already. He had 60 strikeouts coming in to tonight's game, and he has done nothing but impress us since. He has not let us down. He has lightened up the gun, filling up the strike zone. Very impressive thus far.
5, 6, 7 in the batting order for Parkway North here in the second. Garrett Taylor followed by John Shanker, then Evan Block. Garrett is a sophomore. He is the catcher, and he is on first base with a line shot over the second baseman. Parkway North has its leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the second to begin things.
He gets a fastball up in the zone, and he just goes with a great opposite field hit. He lets the ball travel, sees it deep, and puts the barrel on the ball. Great piece of hitting right there. Leadoff man on for Parkway North.
John Shanker is the left fielder and a junior. Shanker, a .333 hitter coming into the final four. Parkway North out of the St. Louis area, Creve Coeur. Their enrollment about 1,500 plus. Snap throw, and boy, that one of the times that we've seen maybe the field being a little bit soft and the runner having to scramble back. Taylor had to spin his wheels a bit to beat that throw over from Canapeel.
Yeah, you did see his feet kind of give way a little bit, but got back just in time and safe at first.
Shanker takes strike one.
Surprising that Anthony's paying attention to Garrett over there. You know, Garrett has yet to steal a base. Focus on the hitter. He's throwing hard enough that I think he gives his catcher an opportunity.
In the air to center field. And drifting back, Seifert squeezes it for the first out of the inning. Gets the ball quickly back in. And the runner, Taylor, retreats.
Anthony utilizing a slide step right there, so that's definitely going to take away a little bit of time for the base runners to get a nice break, an early break at least, to steal a base. So he limits the activity over there on the base path. One out with Parkway North having a runner on first.
Matthew Rizzo is the courtesy runner at first base for Taylor. And you talked about Taylor not having a stolen base. That's why you did that.
That makes sense, right?
Evan Block takes ball one. Batting here in the bottom of the second inning.
You know, looking over Parkway North's lineup, you have four seniors on the entire roster. That's tough. That shows that this team has a lot of potential in the future.
It's actually good news, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. But Coach Freeman he preached on that. He believes that the tough schedule throughout the season has really prepped this team, has prepared them, and he contributes a lot of the success to that tough schedule.
Rizzo inches off first base, ball fouled straight back. It's 1-1. Rizzo does not have any steals, but doesn't mean that he doesn't run the bases well.
Again, the footing's a little bit sloppy out there, so that's another little factor to kind of keep in the back of your mind.
Block again with a good hack, and the count goes 1-2.
Evan, 284 hitter, 81 at-bats on the year, 23 hits.
This is a confident Parkway North team, having won some dramatic games. Rizzo is going. Throw down to second is high. The batter is out on strikes. Block makes the second out of the inning, but Rizzo does swipe second base, and he is there in scoring position with Andy Huss coming up next.
Canapeel with yet another strikeout. He gets him on the breaking pitch on a check swing. Great pitch, low in the zone, fools the hitter. Fortunate for Parkway North, they go ahead and advance the runner to get in scoring position.
Yeah, great about everything except the trying to throw out the runner when it's bouncing in the dirt, and you've got to deal with that and then make a throw. First pitch to Andy Huss misses, the junior first baseman. Rizzo represents the go-ahead run at second base. That's just under 300. Takes low.
Well, Canapeel's going to use his fastball, and there's no hiding that. He likes to use his fastball. He's going to command it, and then he'll break off a curveball, a quick snap throw to second base. But he uses a 12-6 curveball. It's going to go straight over the top, and that's his out pitch. So Parkway North has to be able to recognize that pitch and try to stay off of it if it starts at the hip or lower.
Ball three, the first time we have seen a hitter get to 3 balls. The first batter of the ball game, Connor Farron, struck out on a 2-2 pitch. And so now Canapeel may be a bit distracted by that runner at second base behind the count, 3-0. Inside corner.
In 49 innings of work, Anthony has only yielded 16 walks. So he's a strike thrower. He's not going to give up too many bases, not going to give up too many free passes. So you expect to hit, and he's going to be around the zone.
3-1. Strike two, same spot. Not that everybody agreed. Huss toward the front of the box. 3-2 count. Swung on and missed. So Anthony Canapeel comes all the way back from 3-0 to striking out Andy Huss, and Parkway North strands the go-ahead run at second base. No score, Willard, Parkway North, as we go to the top of the third. We are scoreless going to the top of the third. Willard and Parkway North. Like front of the old ballpark. And if you keep the baseballs wrapped up like that, you can't throw them all over the place.
Yeah, they're tough to lose.
Chase them down, yeah.
Tough to lose.
Good thing started here in the top of the third inning. That's Anthony Canapeel, the pitcher. Bats left-handed. And it's 1-1. Jay Snook, the second baseman, just 5 at-bats this year. He will not be hitting today. Swung on and hit up the middle of second base. Throw across, Brodsky to Huss, and there's one man gone.
You know, as a pitcher, you'd love to get the opportunity to go in and hit for yourself because you have the opportunity to kind of help your own cause. So
everybody likes to hit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's nice to see a pitcher not just fall for that normal role of just being pitched hit for, or DH for, excuse me, and get the opportunity to go up there and swing the bat.
Austin Pittman is the third baseman. The big chopper foul down the line. Pittman, a .333 hitter coming into the final four. 6'2". Ball in the dirt. And it's 1-1.
Austin's just another senior in this lineup. You know, throughout the year, they've used 7 of the 9 hitters have been seniors, and the other 2 juniors. So it's a very experienced ball club that Willard has, and they're going to attack you with some seniors.
Pitch is down, 2-1. Ground ball to third. What a big hop. The long throw across. And there's 2 men down.
Well, Hope's definitely doing himself some help. He's doing a great job of throwing strikes. He's pitching to contact and utilizing his defense behind him. And, you know, as a coach, that's what you want to see your young guy do, not to give away free passes, because that just hurts you in the long run. So great signs out of Hope.
We are back to the top of the order. Trevor Bowling, who flew out to right field his first time up. Pitch down, but he chased it. 0-2.
We talked about the sophomore connection between Hope and Garrett Taylor, the catcher. They called their own pitches. They called their own game the whole time Hope's out there.
And he got him looking. 3 up, 3 down. Another strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Parkway North with a couple of hits, but no runs. They'll try to change that when we come back. No scores. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Parkway North set to bat against Anthony Canapeel. Willard still without a base hit. But Parkway North, the Vikings without a run. Ben Campbell, 3rd baseman, leads things off here and takes strike 1.
Canapeel has been nothing less than impressive. He has, out of the 6 outs so far, 5 of them have been strikeouts. So very impressive out of Anthony.
Little pop on that fastball, but just down, and it's 1-1. Parkway North 21, 9, and 2. Campbell fouls one out of play. We've got to go way back early in the schedule. Francis House Central 10-10 after 8, and they probably decided, you know what, that's just about enough baseball. We're going to play again a tournament game tomorrow, and they had a 10-10 game against Lafayette Wildwood at the end of April. Ball way in front of the plate, bounces up there, 2-2 now.
Well, I went online, I looked at their record book, and to see how many seasons they had ties, and well, they just set a record with 2. They previously they had 5 other years where they had 1, but not 2. So
pitch is down, grounded to second. Snook over to Owen. First man of the inning is up and down. As we go back to the top of the order, Connor Farron hits next. The shortstop struck out looking to begin the game.
Connor Farron.
You know, when talking about Parkway North, they're riding a 6-game win streak heading into this one. The longest win streak they've had this year has been 10.
Farron looks at strike 1 and talked to Coach Friedman about some of the drama winning in the last inning. Hazelwood, Central, and Webster, and those are the things that just build confidence.
Oh, it's definitely a character builder, and it shows too that as the game progresses, these guys don't fall under pressure because they've been in that situation before. They understand what's expected out of them, and they kind of build up and play to that expectation.
1-1 to Farron, popped up left side, and Willard, shortstop, and left fielder get into each other, but Bowling was able to win the battle, the same colored jerseys. One of the tricky plays, again, the wind not really a factor, but it's one of the plays both thought they had a shot at it, and the left fielder didn't necessarily do Bowling a whole lot of favor as Atchison bumped him from behind, but he was able to put the squeeze on it for the second out.
Well, the rule of thumb is if the outfielder calls it, the infielder is supposed to back away, but ultimately the #1 rule is just make sure you catch the ball.
Yeah.
So, mission accomplished.
Brodsky struck out swinging his first time up, batting now with 2 outs and nobody on. Parkway North with a single in each of the first 2 innings, but neither team has scored yet. Shows bunt, fouls it back, and it's 1-1. Sometimes there's some value in doing that. Maybe you get the guys in the corner to move up a step after you show bunt.
No, I was thinking the same thing too. And when you get a pitcher that's in a groove like Canapeel is, it's nice just to show him something up, mix it, break up the routine. So I like where Brodsky was thinking there.
Just misses the outside corner, 2-1.
Talked about it. Brodsky has a tremendous eye. He has a great knack of getting on base, leads the team in walks. If you're a pitcher, you're going to earn your out against him.
Both pitchers working at a good tempo here. Again, missing low and away. The count goes 3-1. Saw him go 3-1 on Andy Huss back in the second inning. Come all the way back and get a strikeout. Free bases are not a good thing. 3-1 pitch. And he missed ball 4. And I guess we shouldn't be surprised. We've seen Brodsky with a pretty good eye this year, have we not? Some of the numbers back that up.
Absolutely. That's his 26th walk on the year. But, you know, at the same time, it's surprising on Canapeel's able to give up a walk, and that's his 17th on the year when you're talking about 50 innings of work. So that's definitely going to be a good battle to kind of keep our eye on as the game progresses.
Yeah, what it does is bring Michael Bozarth to the plate. He singled and stole second base back in the first inning, was stranded there. Headed to St. Louis University. The runner is going. Throw down to second. Goes off the glove of the second baseman and rolls into short right center field, but the runner, Brodsky, will keep it right there on the steal. Not taking a chance.
Again, another good jump there. That's the second stolen base in tonight's game against Anthony. And I think Tyler Hampton, the catcher, I think that was a great throw on his part. I mean, there was not much. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap to the base runner and getting a good break, and great speed by Brodsky, getting himself in scoring position for the leading hitter on this Parkway North Ball Club.
Outfield medium depth, shaded slightly to left. Bozarth takes a pitch up in the zone, but a strike. He has a quick conversation with the home plate umpire about it as we span the field for you left to right. Modest lead at second. Bozarth swinging, fouling it off.
I'd be highly surprised if Bozarth sees a fastball the rest of this count. You have first base open. You have the leading hitter for Parkway North up to bat with a runner in scoring position, tie ball game. You're not going to give him anything to hit, especially behind in the count the way he is. So Anthony definitely needs to be aggressive with his off speed and try to catch him guessing.
Brodsky very small lead at second again. And the count goes 2-2 on Michael Bozarth, headed to St. Louis University. Signing back in November. Baseball, one of the sports where they get that out of the way in the fall. Remember signing day back in the day for you?
Oh, yeah.
Grounded down the line and just foul. Bozarth missing a two-base hit and RBI by that much.
That's as close as it gets right there. That ball barely missed the third base bag. That would have scored a run. On time with the fastball right there, just barely on the left side of the base. And we know that if the ball does go over the bag, it is in fair territory. However, that just missed it. And that would have given Parkway North an early lead.
So they'll try it again on a 2-2 count. Anthony Canapeel trying to work his way out of trouble with a runner at second base. Bozarth spanks one this time fair. Down the line and into the left field corner. Brodsky will score, and Bozarth turning second base quickly, but putting on the brakes there. And just like that, the Vikings of Parkway North take a 1-0 lead for the RBI single by Michael Bozarth, who's now 2 for 2.
Well, we talked about it. This is a kid that's definitely going to hurt you. He sees a hanging curveball, and he just barrels it up right down the line. Barely missed it the pitch before, but he gets it this time on the right side of the line, getting the RBI. First run of the game, giving Parkway North the first run, or excuse me, the first lead in tonight's ball game.
Remember how Brodsky got on base?
A walk.
With 2 outs.
That's a cardinal sin right there.
And that will lead to a brief conference. If nothing else, just try to settle everybody down and keep it at 1-0.
What Parkway North throws at you is a 1-2 combination between Bozarth and Justin Campbell, because these are the 2 leading hitters on this Parkway North team.
Now the conversation's got on long enough. The home plate umpire will break it up, and typically as soon as that umpire touches dirt with his shoe on the mound, they're just about done anyway. Justin Campbell, strikeout victim back of the first inning, stranding Bozarth at second base, which is where he currently resides after the RBI double here in the third. Bottom of 3. Campbell chasing a pitch up, and it's 0-1. Not sure why that pitch seems so tempting, but we've seen a lot of guys go after that fastball from him.
And you know what? And sometimes I get the impression that these hitters are seeing the ball a little late. I think Anthony's doing a good job of hiding the ball, and it's just exploding out of his hand, and it's just reaction time. So
Campbell 0-1. 1-1. Might be a case too. Maybe that fastball has some white life to it.
It sounds like it. You could hear the catcher's mitt popping up here, and Canapil is known to give off a pretty heavy fastball, but at the same time I like Campbell's aggressiveness and willing to go after it and look to drive in another run.
Bozarth getting a lead at second. Ball in the dirt, kept in front. Bozarth will go to third. The throw is there, and he's out. Not sure that his foot actually got to third base. It looks like he might have been able to beat the throw, but it seemed like he just did come up short of the bag. Still, Vikings now lead it 1-0 over Willard. All you got to do is play the Bee Gees at a baseball game, and everybody wants to dance. That's the case here at Meador Park in Springfield. Parkway North has taken a 1-0 advantage over Willard. Michael Bozarth with the RBI double, trying to advance. And we've talked about the conditions, and yeah, his foot just about a foot short of the bag. And you know, we talked about it raining. He just got his cleat stuck.
Yeah, that could be just a simple case of just getting stuck in the mud, but came up just a little short, and you're gonna be out every time that happens.
And he had a big dad gummit to go with it, because otherwise he's in there safely. Top of the fourth inning, Ryan Stewart is designated hitter. Hit on the button, on a bounce, but right to the second baseman, Brodsky, over to Huss. 1 man out.
Well, that's the second time Ryan has made solid contact, but unfortunately the second baseman stands right in the way of him in a single. But I'm going to go back to Joe Hope. I mean, this sophomore showing a lot of maturity out there, throwing a lot of strikes, and he's yielded 1 base runner, and it's been to this guy.
Jed Owen takes ball 1. Yeah, Owen walked back in the first inning, and you know, sometimes a good pitcher's like a good umpire. You don't really notice it. They just kind of keep the game moving along. and he has done that. Strike one. Scott McGee, the coach of this Willard team, with a youthful enthusiasm. The veteran squad. The athletic director there is Jeff Staley. We appreciate all the help from the school, and Jason West from the Missouri High School Activities Association that makes our job easier and enjoyable. There's nothing we would rather. This, you know, guys that have played high school baseball, it is fun to sit here and call a game.
Absolutely.
3-1 count. Swing and a miss. It goes full.
Now, not too often do you see a 3-1 pitch out of a young sophomore go breaking ball.
Yeah.
I understand the kid's 6'7", but you have two sophomores, a pitcher and a catcher, calling the pitches, and he feels comfortable enough to have him throw a 3-1 curveball. That's what you like to see. I like to see that.
What you don't like to see is putting him on base by a walk for
very true
the second time here tonight.
Very true.
Bring up the cleanup hitter. Yeah, Michael Burgess hits next. He flew out to left field. Evan Block able to make the put out that time. Ball one. And because Owen is so long, that lead looks tremendous as he gets that secondary and takes a couple of steps after the initial.
You know, he does have 4 stolen bases, but he's not surprising anybody when he takes off. And and they got him.
They threw to first and picked him off.
I think Hope heard you talking about how big his lead was.
And some dispute by base runner, first base coach. Let's take another look at it. Well, they said he got him right on the top of the helmet. The umpire in the perfect position to make that call.
But when you're 6'7" and you're getting a nice little lead, you're definitely not surprising anybody or trying to be sneaky.
And there will be a discussion that bears no fruit.
Coach Scott McGee out there, he's a 5th-year head coach for Willard. Stands in with a career record of 85 and 49, and he's done a great job in leading his senior base team to a Final Four appearance.
McGee with kind of an odd path back to his dugout, cutting in between the pitcher and the back of the mound. Burgess has a ball on him. Now ball with a strike.
Something interesting I'm seeing on these Millard players is they're all wearing a sleeve with kind of a coating on it, and I see the coach also having it. So, you know, we see a lot of football teams go into this sleeve where they kind of give signals off of it, and you know, I haven't seen it yet in baseball, but maybe Millard or Willard starting something.
1-2 pitch, got him looking. Michael Burgess down on strike. So after the 1-out walk to Owens and the pickoff, Burgess looks at strike 3. 1-0. Parkway North, middle of the 4th.
Rawlings, the official baseball of the National Championships.
1-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Parkway North leads Willard in this Missouri Class 4 semifinal. Try to get to the finals against Rockwood Summit. You see the sign, Missouri State High School Activities Association. That's Jason West with the hat. Jason, could you wave? Look up and wave. Jason, look up and wave. Young, he's not going to do it. I've been stalking Jason around the state of Missouri last weekend at Jefferson City for Missouri Class 3 and 4 track and field championships, and this weekend, and been doing games since, I'm going to say, mid-'80s at the state level, high school football and basketball in the state of Missouri, and it's been a great privilege to do, and so many great people along the way that have helped us do our job. Jason, one of the many good ones. How about him just defying an order to look up and wave? 1-1, count goes to 2-1. Justin Campbell.
You know, Anthony's going to his curveball more often now as he's going through the lineup again. These guys are getting another opportunity to see his pitches. He's looking to use and mix it up a little bit more just to keep the hitters off and give that something else to think about in the back of their mind, that he does have other pitches besides that heavy fastball he's been throwing of late.
Count 2-2 to Campbell. He was at bat when Michael Bozarth was out at third base on the ball where he simply got stuck. Not able to complete his slide at third base, and the count goes full, 3-2. Canapeel does not want to walk the leadoff hitter here. Got it. Campbell swings through it. And Canapeel able to get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Anthony just does a great job going right at the hitter. Campbell probably chases ball 4, but I like him being aggressive. Canapeel, 6 strikeouts thus far in tonight's game. We've known him as a strikeout pitcher, but he's definitely not letting us down tonight.
Garrett Taylor, sophomore catcher, up there now. Looks at ball 1. Single back in the second, gave way to the pinch runner Rizzo. And it's 1-1.
Canapeel 6-3 on the year, and talked to Coach McGee, and he explained that, you know, the 3 losses that Canapeel has felt victim of, his team has only helped him out with 1 run in each of those games, so he's a workhorse for Willard.
Taylor fouls one back to the screen, and he is down to the count 1-2.
You know, for Willard, their key ingredient to winning, Coach McGee said, is defense and pitching. He says we're going to find a way to scrape a run or 2 across to help us get by, but it's all about pitching.
1-2, that pitch is up. 2-2. Now, Parkway North has played some close games, but just not that many lately. If you look back at over the past 3 weeks or so, they beat Troy Buchanan 7-0. Then there's an A2 game, 11-6. Slow curveball struck him out. And Taylor is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts. Christian Brothers, that was an 11-6 game. Francis Howell North, a 7-5 game. The last 2 games, and forget about the 11 and the 6 that they scored, it's the giving up 1 and the 2. So Parkway North has been able to do a great job with pitching. Willard right now with some terrific pitching of their own with Canapeel on the bump.
And they played well against a very good SLU team. And SLU, looking up their record this year, they put up a lot of runs. Very good offensive team, but Parkway North was able to limit them and put up a lot of runs for themselves. So a well-deserved Final Four appearance for Parkway North, and they're looking to move on to that state championship game tomorrow.
1-1 on John Shanker, left fielder. Flown out to center back in the second. Can't appeal, fair to say, for the most part, has stayed out of the middle of the plate. He has been down and used pitches up in the zone effectively as well. 3-1.
This is only the third time that Anthony has reached 3 balls, I believe, and he's been pretty effective around the strike zone. And when he does throw a ball, he's not missing by much either. He's around the strike zone, and he's done a great job thus far.
The walk to Brodsky was the killer because he was able to come all the way around and score after the stolen base and then the double.
And remind you that walk, 2 outs, and we were talking about it, how you just can't afford to give up free bases with 2 outs, and came back to bite him.
Yeah, the only thing worse is the leadoff walk. Put him on base with nobody out. Down the line, out of play.
Schenker doing a great job here at this at bat, building the pitch count up for Canapeel and keeps fighting off pitches. When you have a great pitcher like Anthony on the mound, one of your goals is to increase the pitch count as fast as you possibly can.
3-2 pitches up. Fouled back to the screen, everybody chasing. And Hampton watches it sail over the fence. We've seen some hard-working catchers today, have we not?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guys backing up first base and sacrificing their body.
They don't get
backhanding balls, going wide to keep a ball in front of them.
They don't get the love and the attention they deserve. It's kind of like an offensive lineman in football. They're the one in the grind.
There's a ball hit well to left field. But Atchison able to go back and make the catch. So Canapeel flirting with the walk, but getting out of trouble on a fly ball to left field. Oh, by the way, Willard doesn't have a hit. It's 1-0 Parkway North. One nothing Parkway North, top of the 5th inning. Willard coming to bat here without a base hit. We talked about Parkway North being young in the battery. Hope and Taylor still looking for elusive hit number 1. Good swing by Justin Atchison, but flaring it down foul. First base side, and he's down to the count 0-1.
This Willard team entered tonight's game on a 9-game winning streak, so they've been hot of late. And even though the bats haven't shown it, they have swung the bat well relatively at the end of this season. So it's something that could definitely click. I think all it takes is one, and then maybe it catches fire throughout.
Hope on 0-2. Fastball missing, slipped on the mound, and they did treat the mound during the first Class 4 semifinal game, but for the most part, the field has been in decent shape. Swing and a miss, but they will throw down and record the putout. Atchison striking out.
Sharp breaking ball, lower half of the zone, and that's every time that's a strikeout pitch. And as a hitter, you have to recognize, or it helps to recognize a pitch, a breaking pitch. If it's anything below your waist, it's going to go down in the strike zone. You got to let it off of it. But when you got as good a stuff as Hope has, it's tough to lay off of.
Tyler Hampton, the catcher, with a 1-0 count. He was retired back to the second inning on a ball that deflected off the pitcher's glove. This time, Hope can't get it. The shortstop will try to hustle on a bounce, and it just does score through on the low throw. The first baseman, Huss, not able to backhand. The low effort from Farron, and everybody working hard all the way around, but a very well-struck ball.
And Farron just laying out, gets extended, comes up and throwing, has to rush the throw a little bit because of Hampton getting down the line, and just barely missed pick by Huss right there, but great hustle all around both sides. Heron extending, what a play.
Well, a conference at the mound briefly, part of the fact being that you know, it's a base runner and there will be a courtesy runner at this time for the catcher at first base.
In the scoring, they're going to rule that an error.
It is called an error, and a very difficult play all the way around at short and at first base. Great efforts both ways, but end result a base runner here with 1 out. And a first pitch strike to Cole Tiefert.
This is only the third time that Hope has had to go out of the stretch, and both times are because of a walk. He has yet to have a runner on with less than 2 outs, so don't know how much of a difference that will make, but just a different situation for Hope to respond to.
Tiefert struck out looking back at the second on a marathon at bat after a number of foul outs with a full count. And it's 1-1.
If you're Parkway North, you have to be alert for a possible hit and run, just something to mix it up, because they haven't had very many base runners, so they'll do whatever they can to advance runners and maybe get something started.
The error was given to Huss on that play for not being able to handle the throw from Farron on a terrific effort, so the no-hitter is still in play. More important, Parkway North concerned about just the lead as the count goes to 2-2.
Hope utilizing that slide step with a runner on, trying to limit the jump a runner could get when stealing.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 2 and out.
And as I say that, he picks up his leg and breaks off a curveball for strike 3. That's his 5th strikeout of tonight's game, so Hope is doing his part, filling up the strike zone.
Now we do have a hitter coming in now. Michael Pfeiffer will hit for the pitcher.
Michael Pfeiffer.
Anthony Canapeel. Pfeiffer is a junior, 358 hitter. And in this scenario, Scott McGee wants him to hit. Ground ball up the middle. And the shortstop, Farron, will do it himself. The shortstop steps on the bag for out number 3. And despite the error, there's no damage. Parkway North leads Willard still 1-0, middle of 5.
Web at www.misha.org. You can see complete box scores and stats of today's games, tournament leaders, and all the latest information on Missouri high school activities on the web at the new misha.org.
Back to Meador Park in Springfield, Missouri. It's Missouri Class 4 semifinal baseball. Parkway North leads Willard High School 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Starting things off here, Evan Block, right fielder. Swings in the first pitch. Canapeel able to get there, fielding his ground nicely. Easy flip over to first baseman Owen. 1 man down, just like that.
For Parkway North, they're shooting to tie a school record and most wins in a season. Back in 2003, they had 22-win season. Currently, they sit at 20. Winning out would mean state champions. Also, another school mark in the history books.
Anthony Huss takes strike one. He was one of the strikeout victims back in the 2nd inning. Canapeel with what, 7 strikeouts?
7 strikeouts.
And counting. Buries one in the dirt.
67 strikeouts on the year. I don't know if I had 67 strikeouts pitching in my life, let alone in 1 year.
Well, it was so long ago, old man.
Back in my prime.
Swing and a miss. Good life on that fastball. There may be some late life on that fastball, where that ball just sort of explodes the closer it gets to home plate. But you started a Final Four games as a sophomore. And Vianney, always good. I imagine that year was the same way.
So they definitely had a lot of talent on that team. As Canapeel gets his records his 8th strikeout on the night. But Vianney's always been a program that has produced tremendous athletes, especially in baseball. And we ran into a team that was very strong and full of, well, they had a MLB prospect that went in the 1st round. And
Ben Campbell, first pitch swinging right to the 2nd baseman. Snook over to Owen, and Canapeel is making it look easy. 3 up, 3 down. We have played 5 complete. Parkway North leads Willard 1-0. That no-hitter still intact. Top of the 6th inning, Parkway North leads 1-0 over Willard. And Fred Friedman, the head coach for Parkway North, talked about his sophomore pitcher who's thrown a gem, as in no-hitter. Can you count that high, all those strikeouts, David?
You know what? I'm trying to follow it, but he's throwing too many of them for me to catch up. But, you know, if you told me that a sophomore would be starting in a Final Four game and he'd be throwing a no-hitter through 5 innings, I'd have a hard time believing you. But we're seeing it happen right here, and you know, Hope is just doing a great job of throwing strikes. He's in a great rhythm and carrying North through this ball game.
Austin Pippin is the batter, number 9 of the order. The 3rd baseman is even in his count 1-1. He grounded out back in the 3rd inning, and mentioned one of the Parkway North coaches getting married tonight, and instead of the Macarena, they are now watching this game online to see if the no-hitter holds up. And the chopper down to 3rd, and the throw across. Campbell to Huss, the first out of the 6th inning.
You know, I hope that's not the pitching coach, too, that's getting married, because whenever a pitching coach has seen his pitcher put on the performance he is, you know he's glued to that TV. And That's not a good way to start your marriage.
Watching us on FoxSportsMidwest.com, and that's a good way to start
It's a good way for him, but I can tell you right now, I'm not sure if his wife is smiling or frowning at him.
Well, she's no doubt happy of the result. Third time through the order, third at bat. Trevor Bowling now 0 for 3, and it was Bowling who had such a big game against Elias. 3 hits and a game winner. Makes the second out of the 6th inning. And Hope continues to roll right along.
I'll tell you what, great play by Ben Campbell there at third base. He's playing in front of the bag to kind of take away any bunting opportunities, but that ball was ripped down the line, and he stayed down on it, kept his shoulder square to the ball, and came up and made a great throw and kept the no-no alive for Mr. Hope.
Stewart, the DH, 0 for 2, having grounded out to the second baseman twice. Brodsky to Huss. Each time, swing and a miss, 0-2.
If I'm Willard here, you know, you have to break up his rhythm, because Hope he's just throwing strikes, and he's throwing whatever he wants, and he's placing it wherever he wants. You have to break up his rhythm, and, well.
Breaking ball, swing and a miss, outside corner, making it look way too easy, and you know it is not. How about a no-hitter and a 1-0 lead? Middle of the 6th, Parkway North on top. Bottom of the 6th inning, Parkway North leads Willard 1-0. A no-hitter is working for the other team. But the pitcher on the mound for Willard has done a heck of a job, David.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's getting overshadowed by a no-hitter, but you cannot leave what he's doing unrecognized. 8 strikeouts for tonight. He came into tonight's game with 60. Make that 68. He is just lighting up the strike zone, throwing a heavy fastball, and finish him off with an off-speed pitch, a 12-6er. He's doing whatever he can. He's doing his part to keep his team in the ball game.
Anthony Canapil working quickly back to the top of the order. Connor Farron, the shortstop, batting for just the 3rd time. Strikeout looking at a pop to short. In a game that is moving rapidly, boy, you can see that Farron is in the front of the batter's box. He is way out in front.
Yep, he has his back foot kind of on the chalk line, open stance, and yeah, you're right. He's up in the batter's box.
Foul back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Medium depth for the outfield, shaded slightly toward left field. Take a look at his back foot in the front. He may have John May buried the front of the line, just wiped it out and extended his foot beyond.
Absolutely.
Fights off another pitch.
You know, only a handful of times have we seen really Parkway North get solid contact on Anthony Canapil, and I really do think that they're getting a late read on his pitches. I think he's hiding the ball real well, and the ball's jumping on top of him.
Breaking ball, base hit, left field. Pippin extending at third base. But at this point of the game, he might be shaded toward the line to protect from that ball going down into the corner, and not able to make the play on the full extension. And a leadoff hitter on here in the 6th inning.
A hanging curveball, and all you have to do is just square it up, and that's what Farron does. Not only does he make great plays out in the field, but he's getting the inning started, and the leadoff man is on base for Brodsky, who has punched out and also walked, and He has been the only run scored in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, he's the difference in the game, able to draw that 2-out walk back in the third, stole second, then scored when Michael Bozarth, St. Louis University bound, doubled into the left field corner, the only RBI of the game. Long look down at third base, getting instruction. Brodsky will settle into the box, and Ken Appeal's goal is to keep it at 1-0. Pitch up, anticipating the runner moving. He was not.
Third baseman for Willard is playing in on the grass, expecting a possible bunt, which is something that I was looking for up to that first pitch, and they've had success in stealing the base pass, and Farron is a threat on the base pass and stealing. So
Brodsky, not a big lead. Parkway North benefiting here, third time through the order, top of the order. Farron, Brodsky, Bozarth. Campbell after that.
Farron second on the team in stolen bases with 14, right behind Bozarth, who has 21. So these three hitters right here are the speed on the team, and they're the ones that kind of get the wheels turning on the offense.
Runners going, pull back. They can't make the throw down to second base. Hampton just lost the handle. And an important run now sitting at second base with nobody out.
Third stolen base on the night for Parkway North.
Umpires having those not in the dugout get back in the dugout on the Parkway North side. Brodsky with a 1-1 count. Second baseman's very busy in the field. Again, shows bunt. Bunts it straight back.
If you're a coach here with 2 strikes, do you still look to bunt here, or do you give him go ahead and just let him swing it?
Well, nobody's seen him bunt more in batting practice than the coach to know if he trusts him to get it down. Or as a left-handed batter, can you hit one right side to move the runner that way? There's a lot of ways to do it. He does show bunt and pops it up, and it's an out either way. It's strike 3 or the pop-up recorded by the catcher squeezing for the out. Heading foul ground, it was going to be an out in either scenario.
Well, Tyler Hampton, I'm going to give you credit anyway, but even if it was an out, you did a great job of getting back there. Quick turn, you know, the catchers just got to throw off the mask and everything, so it's great reaction. Just a pop-up there. There goes the mask, turns around. Nice little extension, good play, helping out his pitcher a little bit.
And you really don't want to shed your mask until the end, and he did that.
Right.
He did it just textbook.
Right.
And with Bozarth headed for the mound, we'll have a convention. Are they going to go ahead and just put him on first base? Yeah, they will. Bozarth will get the intentional walk with first base open, which makes perfect sense. We have seen him single, steal a base, RBI double, and
he got caught up at third.
Pretty good idea that they didn't want him to hit. Yeah, he was mad at himself.
Yeah.
just so darn mad at himself that because he would have been safe.
Oh yes,
he had it beat, but he just never got to the bag. It's 89 feet between second and third if you stop a foot short.
Well, there have been 4 hits in tonight's ball game, 4 by Parkway North, and Bozarth has 2 of them. So you could understand it. And plus, Justin Campbell, he's had a tough time up to this point against Canapeel, but the beautiful thing is he has another opportunity to help his squad out, and a beautiful pickoff attempt there by Canapeel, trying to get Farron sleeping, but he reacts just in time. Bang bang play right there.
And a good strategy in so many ways. Justin Campbell, the sophomore bat, has struck out a couple of times. And it's his situation now to make it a 2-run lead. The man at second base takes ball 1.
He's the RBI machine, 35 on the year and leading North in that category. So this is the guy up you'd like to see.
Part of a very impressive sophomore class. The snap throw down to second base. And, you know, if the catcher Hampton would have thrown down to first, he might have had a play there. That might have been his play. Then the danger is that runner breaks from second to third, and then he's sitting at third base in case you don't get him at first base. Campbell heading the count 2-0.
First base runner, though it's difficult, you have to stay and read what the guy in front of you does. You can't assume anything because you can't overrun him.
2-0. Can't appeal to Campbell, strike one. And Bozarth is sharp enough that if you're able to get in the head of the other team, the pitcher and the catcher, and worry everybody about what you're going to do, it's not a bad thing either. 2-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, 2-2. How about this for a spot?
Boy, Anthony's showing a lot of good signs here. A lot of maturity out of him. Got the first batter on. He settled down. Really is coming through for his ball club right here.
I think he goes breaking ball again, 2-2. Goes heater. Because he had one to give.
I think he knew that the hitter was thinking the same thing, so he's just trying to outsmart everybody. So.
Yeah, he outsmarted me, which is not hard to do. Now the count is full. Sophomore Campbell waits and appeal pitches. And he got him for the third time. And it changes the complexion dramatically. First and second, 2 out now.
Just another high fastball, and he's been getting Campbell on this pitch all day, just kind of up in the zone, just blowing it right by him. And Anthony comes through again in the clutch. That's his 9th strikeout in tonight, and hat off to this guy, and it looks like that might be the night for him.
The ball seemed to have, you know, we've talked about the late life on it, just a late tail to it. That ball really busted in on Campbell's hands.
A little arm side run from the right side, which will run in on right-handed hitters, which makes it difficult for them to get a really solid contact, if any, on it. So that's something I never liked as a hitter to see a pitcher have. And
well, McGee has not made any kind of a motion toward the bullpen, and the home plate umpire will go out and encourage them to get moving. The hitter due up is Garrett Taylor, another sophomore. He's singled and struck out, and Campbell is waiting outside of the batter's box. He will be the hitter here. And important enough this scenario to keep it at 1-0 to get to the 7th inning. You want to make sure everything is in order.
Well, during that timeout, number 4, the left fielder Atchison was playing catch with the guy along the sideline. He is Willard's closer, so that might have just been something to prolong him, let him get his arm warmed up.
Just in case. Breaking ball, strike one.
But there's no need for anybody to warm up when he's throwing pitches like that.
Garrett Taylor, one of the sophomores on this team, doesn't act like it. Can appeal on 0-1. Strike 2.
Garrett does have one of the limited amount of hits we've had today. He is 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game, and also the signal caller for the no-no pitcher that we have going on the other side.
And he struck him out. Anthony Canapeel was in trouble. 2 on, 1 out, strikeout and then another. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. A no-hitter working, a 1-0 lead in order. Back in a moment from Meador Park. Outs away, nothing but zeros everywhere. Runs scored, hits allowed. Joe Hope, a sophomore pitcher for Parkway North, has a no-hitter working in a 1-0 lead as we work here now in the top of the 7th inning, dealing with 3, 4, and 5. Jed Owens with a ground ball, and it gets through the legs of the third baseman. We'll wait on the ruling. Hit or error, and it's ruled an error quickly. That ball stayed low, was certainly playable by the third baseman Campbell. But the most important thing is Owen is on base. That's the only thing that matters, quite frankly. That is the tying run at first base with nobody out here. As we see the ball, it did stay down, but it was very playable at third base. Michael Burgess, the cleanup hitter, bats now. And he bunts it foul back to the screen.
No, I saw the first base coach go over to Owen, put his arm around him, tell him to shorten up his lead, because last time Owen was on base, he was picked off at first, so he's the game changer right now, and they're going to sacrifice an out to get him over into scoring position. He's going to have a short lead. Hope checking on him, but see the ball down and advance to second.
He's been on base all 3 times, Owen has. 2 walks, reaching on the air at third. Burgess does get the bunt down. Second baseman covers. Pitcher throws. Nice sacrifice from Burgess, and he does his job. He gets the tying run to second base, and it's up to Justin Atchison with a man out to do something about it here in the 7th. And Hope is certainly aware of the fact that he hasn't allowed a hit. What he's concerned about is just finding a way to win this game.
Now with the runner on scoring position, 1-run ball game, that's what separates these 2 teams. You want to do anything in your power to keep that runner at second.
Justin Atchison is 0 for 2. It's 0-1.
Now I understand Justin for wanting to make something happen, but with a runner on second and it's a 1-run ball game, I want you to be aggressive right here. Look at the drive the run in. A bunt in this case only advances a runner possibly to third, and if it's successful, you get on first and there's a double play ball. So you're looking to hit in this situation, be aggressive, try to barrel something up. At the same time, if you're Hope, you want to be aggressive with all speed because you do have first base open just in case.
And he drops down another bunt. In a very tough spot now. He's down to the count 0-2 with a man out. I mean, it's a good thing to get that runner to third base, but with 2 outs, it changes everything.
And Hope hasn't been wild enough that you could say, yeah, get him to third, maybe we hope for a pass ball, because he has been lighting up the mitt the whole time, and Garrett Taylor's done a great job behind the plate.
0-2 Hope, a little extra on that fastball, missing outside, and Atchison not willing to chase. And it's 1-2, a 1-0 Parkway North lead here in the 7th. Chop foul.
I know we've mentioned it to the game, but the catcher Garrett Taylor for Parkway North has been calling all the pitches thus far in the game, and he's also a sophomore and been playing with Hope for a while, and he understands his stuff.
Yeah. Breaking ball swung on, catcher has to tag him, and there's 2 men out, top of the 7th inning. 1 out away from a no-hitter, 1 out away from the shutout, 1 out away from a trip to the title game on Saturday against Rockwood Summit. And it's up to Tyler Hampton. The senior catcher is 1 for 2. He did single his last time up in the 5th inning.
Tyler is looked upon by his teammates as the leader. Not only is he strong defensively, but he has shown signs on offense.
Aggressive swinging. He did get a first pitch base hit back in the 5th inning and fouls this one down the line. Right center field is open. They are shading him toward left, medium depth, but if he was able to hit one in the gap in right center, that would easily score the runner from second base. But getting a base hit has been a problem for Willard. They have none through the first 20 outs. And Hope works ahead, 0-2.
And it only gets more difficult right there. 0-2 count. And Hope shows no signs of fatigue. He seems to be getting stronger.
Back to the mound for a trip to the title game, and a no-hitter gets them there. Joe Hope, a sophomore pitcher, and Parkway North is going to the title game in Missouri Class 4. And David, a fitting ending to a game like this, on a comebacker to the pitcher to be able to get that final out.
Oh, he does it all on his own. What a great job by the young sophomore. Both pitchers came out and didn't let down what we thought they could do. What a great job by Anthony Canapil along with Hope. The young sophomore throws a shutout, no-hitter, gets his team to a state title.
1-0. Parkway North beats Willard in a Class 4 semifinal. That means Rockwood Summit is next on Saturday for the title. We'll wrap this one up in a moment as we return to Meador Park in Springfield.
Thanks for coming out to Meador Park this evening, and we will see you tomorrow. One last reminder, we ask that fans please stay off the playing field.
Anthony Canapil was unbelievable for Willard High School. Joe Hope was even better, throwing a no-hitter as Willard falls to Parkway North. The Vikings able to advance to the Class 4 title game, 1-0 in this one. And Well, we talk about the beauty of a pitching duel. We saw one tonight, David.
Absolutely. The sophomore hope didn't let us down, helps his team get one step closer to that state title. And hey, why not throw a no-hitter?
And why not have him for a couple of more years? He's pretty much done for this Final Four weekend, but Joe Hope becoming the 13th pitcher in MSHSAA baseball championship history in the Final Four to throw a no-hitter, leading his team on to the championship game. With David Belfani and producer-director Curtis, thank you very much for all your work. And our entire Time Warner Cable Metro Sports crew, I'm Dave Stewart. Good night from Springfield.